Hello everybody! Do you know that ice that you can buy in the shops that are made from jelly? I love them in Halloween. For that, today we will make a giant gelatin eye. For that, we are going to use gelatin, milk, colorants, edible colors, and a mold. This is my mold. I have bought this ball. I don't know if you have those balls in your country, and I will use it. I've placed some hot glue in a hole in order not to have problems when I put the liquid in. For sure, you have to wash very well the ball. And later on, what you have to do is to put some oil in a napkin and put it all around. We will not have problems when we had to unmold the gelatin. Okay, let's continue. Keep in mind that one of the halves of my mold fits into the other. Then we have to fill it till this line, not more, because if not, we will have problems later. Okay, let's begin placing the gelatin seeds into the water. If you prefer, you can use powdered gelatin too. Okay, let's boil some water and put the gelatin in it. Okay, read the instructions to understand what measure of gelatin you have to use. Now we divided our gelatin in 3 different recipients or containers, and we put some color in it. To read a blue color, what we do is to place some cocoa powder in it. You see? This is cocoa powder, and when we place it in our gelatin, it seems a more realistic color. Then we mix together all the other colors, blue, green, and we obtain something similar than dark color, than black color. Okay, to obtain the white one, what we use is milk. Okay, let's start. To begin, we put some brown or black color in the middle of our bowl, and we place some little points. Have you seen? We made some dots around, and we let it cool. Once it is cool, we place some yellow color, and after that we place some black color again. When the yellow is cooled, for sure, and we will wait. Okay, now we see if it is hard enough to place the other color, and we continue using the white color. Now we will fill the other side. We fill all this part with white color, and we let it cool. By the way, if you want to unmold this part better, it would be a good idea to place some kitchen film in it. You see, you can do the same, but with the kitchen film. If you are doing like this, push the gelatin through the walls of the mold. Okay, let's continue with our eye. For that, what we have to do now is to remove some of the white part of our eyes. Then we remove the white part, and we will place there red gelatin. Now I'm realizing that I have forgotten to tell you that you can place any flavor in your gelatin, the one you prefer. It's up to you, eh?
But I will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax. All your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the back.
And now you have to wait till it's hard, because if not, everything will be mixed together. When it's hard, you will fill it with white gelatin again. And when our 2 halves are okay, what we have to do is to make a little lines in both of them. It's better, in both of them, in order to stick both parts together. And now, to fix it, what we do is to place some more gelatin, some more liquid gelatin between them, and put one on the top of the other. Ugh. To unmold the bottom part, what you can do is to put it in hot water. And look, it's awesome, isn't it? Love it. Now you can paint it with red, or you can do what you want. Look what happens if we open it. The red gelatin is inside.